So the week started kind of busy. A full week of work, caught a cold, everybody in the family caught a cold. It gave some time for a little bit of spring cleaning. And with that, I got motivated. I've been wanting to change something about this watch for a while. So let's change it up. Let's make it better. This is the Tudor Black Bay Bronze 58. Welcome to another episode of Patrick W. Time. And today we're looking at my Tudor Black Bay 58 Bronze. And this is a watch that I really love, but I just don't wear. And it's all my fault. I never really planned on wearing this watch on its actually really nice bracelet. I've always wanted a Panerai Bronzo, but I just can't rationalize spending that kind of price. You can get your hands on the Tudor Bronzo for considerably less money. And I've always liked the watch. The bracelet that it came on, it's actually a wonderful bracelet. It's even got their own T-fit system so that it can be adjusted. It's fantastic. I just don't want to have a green wrist. So I always put it on this rubber. And I've got a really awesome rubber strap here from Vanguard Straps. I've got one on my silver, and it's a really high quality integrated strap. The problem, it just doesn't look as good as I was hoping. It's a greenish color. I was kind of hoping it would start to match the patina here, but it just never really fully worked. And the biggest problem for me, I can't find a buckle. This takes a 16mm buckle, and I can't find it in bronze. I can find it in brass. I can find it in silly plated PVD colors, but I can't find one that's not completely marked up or just, not compatible in the right way to make this work on the rubber. So today, we're going to put it on the bracelet.
If you've made it this far in the video, let me first thank you, and second, ask for a little bit of support. The easiest support you can give is just a like to the video, leave a comment, subscribe if you like the content, and if you want to support the channel in an even greater way, I've got links in the description for my YouTube memberships, for Patreon, and a whole bunch of other things that just help out the channel. Thank you so much.
So what I'm really tempted to see here, because I got this watch many years ago, and this bracelet has been untouched. I'm trying to remember if I even sized the bracelet when I got it. It's been sitting in a box for years. My question, will it have patinaed? So the watch in question that I've got currently, it's had years and years of patina. It actually has kind of an interesting, kind of cool color. Am I going to pull out the bracelet and is it going to be brand new? Well, we'll find out. Taking off the old bracelet, well, it's a piece of cake. It's just spring bars. I wish this Vanguard strap came with some quick release spring bars, but nope, it doesn't. So you gotta pull out the old spring bar tools and dig in there and hope you don't scratch up your watch. But with a little bit of practice, you can get pretty good at it, and they come off easy enough, no problem. And now, of course, we get to put the watch back on the bracelet that it was almost intended for. So this watch also came with something that Tudor loves to, I guess, include, and that would be their NATO straps. Yeah, I don't do NATOs. So it's not a bad looking strap. It probably looks really good on the watch. It's just not for me. Similarly, my silver, you could buy it on leather, you could buy it on the NATO. I opted for the leather just because I'll put it in the box and I'll put it on rubber. Thankfully, that strap is black, and black, of course, goes wonderfully with a silver watch. But the bronze, it just needed something. And that something, of course, is the bronze bracelet. So let's check it out on the wrist and let's see what you think. So my first impression, this watch wears completely differently than it does on the rubber. I can't say that's a good or a bad thing, it's just completely different. The rubber, it just feels, I guess, more tool watch. It wears a little bit lighter. I mean, I guess it feels a little bit cheaper, but it just doesn't feel as expensive. On the bronze, yeah, it wears classier, it wears more expensive. It looks like it belongs this way. And I don't mean that as a negative towards the rubber. I actually love straps on rubber. I love straps on bracelets too, but I guess it just depends on the watch and just how they pair together. I really was hoping that this watch would look good on rubber. Maybe if they made a different color, maybe I could make it work. But given all the trials and tribulations of that, I really just now have settled on the bracelet. And so far, I like it. So I guess I've been, stressing the bracelet too much. Let's take a quick second and actually look at the watch as a whole. So what is it? Well, this is the Tudor Black Bay 58. And what is that? Well, Tudor is the sister brand of Rolex. And Rolex, of course, is super famous for their Submariner. And the Tudor is, I guess, the homage? No, I guess we can't really call it that, can we? But the spin-off of the classic Submariner. And I guess that's kind of what's Tudor's bread and butter these days. Tudor used to make a bunch of very unique watches. I don't think they did well with that. So instead, they took the classic designs of Rolex, and now they're using unique materials. And I personally think that's awesome. Getting a somewhat related Rolex Submariner in a silver or a gold or a bronze, I think that's amazing. Some of their other watches, they'll get carbon fiber. You know, they love their titanium. They use interesting materials, and I think that's great. The bronze, once again, like I spoke at the beginning, I've just wanted to have a bronze diver. It's a great watch. I absolutely love the dial. You know, the combination of having those indices and the Arabic numerals, it's a good combo. And it makes it look a little bit different from every other dive watch in my collection or in any other brand's collection. So the bronze Black Bay 58, it's probably my favorite dial layout. Maybe not the best color. I still think the silver wins the best. But the bronze definitely is a unique touch. And now that it's back on the bracelet, I'm hoping that I'll wear it more. Because to be fair, I probably wore this watch 1, maybe 2 times all last year. So that's kind of embarrassing. I really hope to step this watch up in the rotation. And, well, maybe this new change in bracelet will let that happen. So what do you think? Do you like this watch on the bracelet? Do you like this watch on the strap? Do you like this watch on rubber? Maybe even the NATO? Okay, not the NATO. But I'm just curious, what do you think? So drop a comment. If you like this kind of channel where we talk about weird and interesting watches, think about subscribing. If you like the video, leave a like, leave a comment, do something to push this through the algorithm. But until then, I'll catch you next time in a new video. Take care.